Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 11531 Southeast Washington Street here in Portland. Located at the front of the house, we are just to the right of the doorway. We're at the front right corner of the home here with a 4-inch ABS cleanout. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. I was just test running this thing a minute ago. We had the kitchen sink running for probably almost 10 minutes straight, and absolutely no water came through the cleanout. Then all of a sudden here a moment ago, I don't know if there was a blockage in the line, but something broke loose and a whole bunch of water came flying through the pipe. So we're going to turn the kitchen sink back on. We'll see if we get water flow from that, and then we'll go from there. But I would recommend someone go through the crawl space and make sure there's no problems down the crawl. We'll try and run the camera backwards to see if anything weird's going on, but it was just kind of odd to have water running for that long and not have it come through the pipe, and then all of a sudden it just comes blasting through. Yeah, we just turned the kitchen sink back on. We've got a very tiny trickle coming through the line here. We'll see if it picks up. A moment ago, we did a toilet flush, which I could hear through the cleanout. Yeah, in total, it took almost 10 minutes, and all of a sudden there was just a very loud roar, like a toilet flush happened. A big blast of water came through. And now right there, we're staring at the bottom of the toilet, back inside the house. But once again, I mean, I've got the kitchen sink running here. It just doesn't feel like the same volume of water coming out of the sink is going through the line right now. And then here, all of a sudden, a whole bunch of water's flying through again. Alright, I've turned the bathtub on. I get more consistent flow from that. We're going to run the camera out to the street here. We'll at least check the line out to the roadway. You got a tie-in right there at the top of the pipe, which could simply just be a test T connection. Could also be a secondary cleanout. There's just no access to it. The line's going out underneath this concrete pad here. I'm assuming that's a test T. And the line transitions here to, it looks like 6-inch concrete pipe. We'll locate the transition here in just a moment, just to verify or see if the concrete pipe's on or off property. And this appears to be the main lateral connection right here. We're going to pull back a little bit. The camera's at a hard angle, but that's the main there. We'll locate to see if we're out in the street. I think I just did a bunch of talking without my microphone on. So I located the camera head successfully. The line terminates at the main out on Southeast Washington Street. And we're back here at the transition. I just want to see if this transition is at the street curb or not. And so this is right where the sidewalk meets up with the grass curb strip. So you've got about 6 or 7 feet of concrete pipe still in the line here. And that mostly was just so you are aware if you have older pipe materials on property. At this point we've run out past the street curb, and the concrete still appears to be in fairly good condition. It's kind of a bummer that someone didn't take that all the way to the curb, just because once you hit the street curb, the city takes responsibility for the sewer line. So you do have some concrete pipe in here that at some point down the road will need updating. It's still in pretty darn good condition as it sits right now and drains nicely. And sometimes when you get this kind of weird water flow like this, I'm not saying there is a leak, not until someone gets into the crawl space, but sometimes when you have a pipe that's in partially or completely buried in the ground and the joints are separated, the water will flow out of the pipe up until the line or the dirt around it is completely saturated and cannot allow any more water into it. So the water flow will empty out of the pipe, and then all of a sudden, bam, it comes right back because the ground around it can't suck any more water into it. So that's kind of what it looks like to me, is something like that is going on here. Now everything, from the cleanout out to the main lateral connection has good flow and is functioning properly at this time. ABS is in good shape, and the concrete pipe, I would say, is in, especially for its age, is in fair to medium condition, which is pretty normal for concrete. And that right there appears to be the bottom of the toilet we're looking at. So you do have a belly in here that ends right around 21 feet, basically the back end of the sewer line. And it is causing toilet paper to collect in the line here. And there was a big bunch of it that busted loose when we were out here originally. I didn't catch it on camera, but we had a huge wad of toilet paper come shooting through the line.
There's something going on.
Yeah, and so just a second ago here, I just asked the home inspector if the washer was running. It's in its wash cycle. It's not draining. I just had this random spurt of water come shooting through the line, and there is a very strong odor of sewer gas that pours out of the line here from time to time. So I do, if the home inspector can't find a disconnect or something down in the crawl space, I recommend a licensed plumber come out here with their camera and potentially planning on going in the crawl to figure out what's going on. I would also recommend a repair here from 11 or 12 feet to about 21 feet to correct the belly that's in the sewer line. And that's in the crawl space area. That's not something I can really locate with my locator. Yeah, and then right now it is almost unbearable, the amount of sewer gas we're getting pouring out of this, but it's super inconsistent. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. And there's some of that paper product there that broke loose. I do recommend that spot repair though in the crawl space. You've got about 2 inches of standing water at its worst point. It is causing debris to collect. I would recommend rescoping afterwards to make sure that the repair was done properly. Everything from the clean out access out to the main appears to be in good condition. and has good flow. It's just kind of an odd scenario. You need to get someone out here to take a closer look inside the crawl and see if something's disconnected. I have a sneaking suspicion something like that is going on here.